What's going on? What's going on? All right, you know what time it is. You know what rhyme it is. How y'all been, man? It's your gracious host, A6. And I am the foreign national born natural. Moving and grooving out here, getting busy. What's up with y'all, man? How was y'all week last week? And how was y'all weekend? Would y'all, did anybody do anything interesting? As usual. I pretty much actually did do something interesting. Um, Had a chance to get out to the range, spend time with family. That was good. Haven't been to the range in a while. Always a good experience to get out there and tear up some targets. Keep sharp with the Second Amendment. You know what I mean? It's not enough to bear arms. You got to know how to use the arms. You ain't trying to be out there not knowing what the hell you doing. Man, I had one of my friends a while back was talking a whole bunch of shit about guns and stuff like that. I never forget. He's talking a whole bunch of shit about quote unquote guns, and he would just say, "Yeah, man, you know." He all had all these references to guns, man. First took him out to the range. He ain't know what the hell he was doing. It was funny to watch though. Like he ain't know how to even load the damn thing up. He ain't know how to pull a hammer back. He ain't know how to take the safety off. It was just hilarious. But yeah, you always get experience to get out there and move around. Spend time with the fam, get your Second Amendment game on point. I got a chance to get some more water too. So I went past, and I've been telling you guys this for a while. Also, I went past the farmers market on the way over to get some water, and went ahead and stopped in again. So I just grabbing some different stuff this time around. I had noticed that they had some eggs, so I was like, "Shit, you know what? Let me try some farm raised eggs with no type of outside influence or anything like that. Just some straight up old fashioned eggs." And yeah, I still eat eggs. I'm not a vegan. Um, I'm like pescatarianish, but I do like other stuff sometimes too. So I was like, "Yo, let me try some eggs." So I went and grabbed some eggs, like a dozen of brown eggs, bro. When we got home and I cooked these eggs, man, these eggs were the most delicious. I haven't had eggs like that since I was younger. I remember when I was younger, I think I was about like, I had to been like 5. But I remember specifically, you know how you can taste something and it tastes so good, you store a memory bank and you never forget how good something tastes. Like I ate these eggs and it reminded me of the eggs I used to eat when I was younger. Then I get to thinking, like, yo, how the hell did it get to a point where I completely forgot how eggs used to taste? And it's because we've been eating this bullshit for so long, we completely forgot what it's like to eat organic. I was talking to my uncle, and he was like, yo, when I was younger, there was no organic food. Food was just food, like eggs and stuff like that, and apples, oranges, and all that stuff like that. They were pretty much, basically just all organic. And now they got this shit they call it organic and stuff like that where you don't have to eat the GMOs. You can eat stuff that's organic, but you spend extra money. But it was very interesting what he was talking about. But yeah, the food was delicious, bro. It was crazy good. Yeah, it was good, man. I was very impressed. I was like, I can't even eat regular eggs anymore. Like if I go get some eggs, scrambled eggs or something like that for breakfast, I'm not even gonna go to, I won't even go to Wegmans anymore for real. I'd rather just go to the farmers market. You know, country store. Let me see what's up with the comment section. What up, consultant? My man, yo, we had an excellent chat with the consultant earlier, just going over a lot of good information. We also are moving around trying stuff too. We're trying to get different processes done, making little modifications here and there, But this stuff is all about learning, man. There's literally millions of ways to get stuff done. There isn't one proven way. There's millions of ways to do stuff. So it's really about what process you want to go with. But yeah, it's putting little tweaks and modifications on processes. That's what makes them discovers new processes and sharpens processes that are already out there. Or sometimes they even change things. So you have to figure out another way around. Is What's going on? What's up, gaming? How you feeling, man? He wasn't ready gaming channel. What's good with you, man? How you been? How you been? Thank you for tuning in, man. It's been brought to my attention that they actually changed the DS11 form. So anybody who is pretty much down with the foreign national movement or down with the state citizen or American national movement pretty much knows what this bad boy is right here. All right. This is the DS11 form. This is what we use to basically put on the record that we are, American nationals, state citizens, foreign nationals, and such. And this is what we use to get the passport card. So Anybody who doesn't know, I'm pretty sure most of the people who are here watching live know what a DS11 form is. And this form looks like it was 2016, but they've changed the form. So there's a on this form, there's actually a paragraph right down here. I believe it's right here. Now I don't. This is an old form, but this little paragraph right here, they changed the wording of it. And I was speaking to Bad Wolf about this last week, and he was saying they basically moved the shit around because too many people are applying for state citizen passports. People are starting to figure out what's going on. You know, I personally know about 7 people who have got them joints ever since I put them on point with them. I actually helped a lady get hers recently, and she got her stuff in the mail, and then right around the time where she got hers, I was informed that they changed that joint. So I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like it's not that you can't do it anymore. Of course, they can't close the door all the way, but they changed the wording so things look a little more weirder for anybody who's not sure. So the process is just gonna have to be updated again. That's all. But I mean, it's the same principle. You know what I mean? What up, John? What's up with you, man? The full new moon. Yeah, man. Great stuff, bro. It felt excellent outside today, man. I was walking outside, man. I got a chance to do some grounding too Sunday when I was over there at the farmers market. They had a giant field out front. And they had a sunflower field too, which was very nice, man. Like I tell y'all, man, when you get a chance, please get out to your farmers market. I guarantee you, man. Like they've got plenty of field. Usually they have tables and stuff. You can eat your food. You just purchased that. Very nice, man. Get over there and get yourself something nice, man. Get yourself some organic, farm grown food. No chemicals and all that other bullshit in it. And enjoy yourself. But yeah, we got some ice cream also. I got a chance to ground in the field. I had my feet right in the grass and connected with the earth. It was relaxing, dude. Like the sun was beaming. It was great. It was just a relaxing experience, man. But they were saying that when you ground and you put your feet in the soil or on the grass, what have you, on the earth itself, and you just like give it a chance to work its magic, any like pent up negative energy you have will come out through your feet pretty much. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. So I tried it, man. I felt a lot better afterwards. You get stressed out from doing everything we do, all the researching and dealing with people and stuff like that who don't know what the hell is going on and trying to, they call it being a light worker, but whatever. But just doing that kind of thing can stress you the hell out. So it's good. It's good to eventually get a chance to ground. Yes, sir. But yeah, man. Peace and love to you too, bro. What up, Mr. Roland? How you feeling? Good to see you tuned in. Most of us have been trying to tell people, but Project Veritas just dropped a whistleblower. Yo, I saw that, yo. I was actually, let me tell you what happened. I was literally watching it, right? I was literally watching the video and I clicked to my home screen to get my screen recorder, right? When I clicked back, they reloaded the shit and they buried the video. I couldn't find the video anymore. If somebody has that video they just dropped with that whistleblower basically saying it was a scientist that actually came out and said the vaccine's not doing what they're telling you it is. It was one of them scientists that's basically turned over on the government pretty much. So yes, indeed. They're not gonna fucking win, and we know this by now. They can't win. There's too many of us awake. It just didn't work out the way they wanted it to. They were hoping there to be enough people still sleep so that they could extend their regime and their rule. But this is a new earth, man. This is a new shift of consciousness, man. People woke up, and the people that are most vocal, they woke up and we're connected. We're all connected, bro. Like, look at the channel, man. I got 1,200 subscribers, man, and we're all communicating constantly. I'm constantly getting emails. I'm constantly talking to people on Telegram. We're all connected. And the good thing about it is we're actually working together in unison. And with that said, we're able to guide the light the way it's supposed to be guided. I mean, that which can be destroyed by truth should be. And if it's a situation where your public officials or your government is dying because the truth is killing it, that shit should die. You know how many people are locked up right now because of some bullshit statutes, codes, and regulations that didn't even hurt anybody? I think I heard somebody say 85% of people locked up right now, locked up for victimless crimes. Be that as it may, what you may call, we have our moral codes about, drugs and stuff like that, or whatever you call drugs. But the bottom line is 85% of people that are in there are in there from victimless crimes. So there you have it, man. I'm talking about jail reform, bro. Jail reform ain't the issue, bro. You basically have a military rule over top of people's necks. It ain't no jail reform issue. Oh yeah. My man's talking facts right here. This should wake many up, and we can move forward in humanity. I'll be honest with you, John. If you're asleep right now, you are voluntarily asleep. I mean, this is the age of uh knowing. The age of believing is over. That was the last age. The age of knowing is now. They were saying that what we're in basically right now is 2012. Oh, actually, last year, excuse me, last year was 2012. And what basically happened was because they weren't. Somebody said something about leap years or something like that. I can't remember how it went, but basically, it offset was actually 2012. The calendar you're looking at right now, we're not actually in 2021. We're in 2012 or something like that. Or last year in 2020 we were, and it's 8 years offset because of all the off what is it, the leap year days or something like that compiled, and it ended up being will put us back to where we were supposed to be at pretty much. But the calendar you're looking at is not accurate basically. But yeah, this is the age of knowing, man. So like, yo, ignorance is optional. And I say this all the time. We literally have a network where we can reach out and talk to each other. And we literally have a network where we can research and teach anything. And if you're still ignorant at this point, you chose to be ignorant and you will be left behind. And that it is what it is. I have no more sympathy for people who forcefully become ignorant, people who still refuse to even see. The good thing about the internet, if you hear an argument, you can actually hear it out and listen and then take out the bullet points and look up those bullet points individually in a non-biased source. You can do that. That's the great thing about the internet. But some people won't even do that. They just accept what they're told is fact, and they don't do any research themselves. And that's absurd to me. The yolk is mad orange, huh? Shit, man. I'll be honest with you. It was like more of like a orangish yellow. Straight from Michigan in the house. My man Carl, what up, yo? You hit me up on the joint yesterday. Good looking out. Just for so you guys know, if you ever see me not do a post on or a show on Sunday, you'll see a post. If you check my YouTube page, you'll actually see a post. I put up a post letting you guys know what the status of the show is. If the show is canceled or postponed, I will drop a post on my page, and you can chime in and talk to each other, whatever. If you have any information, you can even drop likes, comments on other people's stuff like that, and I'll even chime in too. So yeah, definitely. If you ever not see me do a live stream on Sunday, there will be a post about it to put you on. But I don't just not show up. So to put you guys down, what was going on? What up? What up, Wolf? My man, Bad Wolf. What it is, man? Of course, I will have a link up a little later. We're gonna cover a few things. I'll drop the link and you can hop in. I used a Bad Wolf method. Just got my card today, and it's 5 stars. Yeah, yeah, my man Bad Wolf come through, man. I told you, man. That dude is a certified Jedi. Absolutely, man. What up, James? Salute to you, man. Salute to you. No body, no crime. Where's the corpus delicti? My man is getting super technical now, but facts, absolutely. The YouTube link I dropped is Project Veritas. Okay, so I guess you sent it to me in an email because I'm gonna check my email when I'm done here. All right, boom. So let's get to it, man. I'm gonna drop y'all with a little bit of knowledge first, and then we're gonna move into our main event topic pretty much, and then we can go into a general discussion. So what I wanted to share with you guys, I always got some scattered knowledge. Is either going to be UCC or United States Code. Today we're going to be talking about a couple of things. First one's the US Code. I want to show you guys this first. Check this out. 18 USC 878. Threats and extortion against foreign nationals, official guests, or internationally protected persons. Now, the word persons is suspect as hell. Let's be 100% honest. But also remember, corporations cannot deal with men and women. They can only deal with persons, and persons are legal fictions. So, moving into it. All right, so we got a bunch of different definitions here. So, A, whoever knowingly and willfully threatens to violate sections 112, 11, 111, 16, 1201 shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not for more than 5 years or both, except in that imprisonment for a threatened assault shall not exceed 3 years. All right, so check that one out. All those those little subsections right here. You want to check those joints out, or footnotes, whatever you want to call them. Whoever in connection with any violation or subsection, excuse me, violation of subsection or actual violation of sections 112, 111, 16, or 1201 makes an extortionate demand shall be fined under this title in prison not more than 20 years. For the purposes of this section, foreign official, internationally protected person, national of the United States, and official guest shall have the same meetings as those provided. And see that particular note there. And D, if the victim other, excuse me, if the victim of an offense under subsection A is internationally protected person outside the United States may exercise jurisdiction over the offense. If the victim is a representative officer, employee, or agent of the United States, an offender of the national of the an offender is a national of the United States, or an offender is afterwards found in the United States, as used in this subsection, the United States includes all areas under the jurisdiction of the United States, including any of the places within the provisions of 5 and 7 of this title, section 46501, title 49. There you go. So you can look into that, break it down yourself. There's a lot of great stuff in there. Grab your Black's Law Dictionary or your Bouvier's Dictionary and get to work, because there's a whole lot of gold nuggets I just put in there so you guys can look into it. All right, now let's move on to the next one. Next one is going to be, let's take this off of here. All right. Let's get this bad boy up. So people say, a very interesting story, man. So a friend of mine got locked up, and he told me very this is kind of comedic, but it kind of wasn't. So apparently he went to go visit his brother, and he had a small he all right, so the story is he had a small amount of cannabis in his pocket or something like that for whatever reason. Very small amount though. So of course they found it when he was coming in, and they ended up hemming him up, and they locked him up, through the cuffs on him, and threw him in jail. So he started saying the shit he needed to say to basically keep his ass out of trouble. So he refused to take any vaccines. They said, well, if you don't take no vaccines, you can't go to gym pop. He said, I don't care. I'm not supposed to be here in the first place. So they went ahead and took him to solitary confinement, basically kept him there for 3 days and such. So he says, whatever he said caused them, because they kept checking on him like every hour or something like that to make sure he was okay, because he wouldn't take any food, he wouldn't take any drink, he was just in there meditating while he was in solitary confinement, basically. So he says two federal agents, or two, he said they were FBI, something like that. They were like basically men in black. They had on suits, and they walked up to him. One of them was black, one of them was white, like Agent J and Agent K from Men in Black, he said. So these guys are pretty much in suits, and they walked up to him with the glasses on. And they said they had to let him out of jail for whatever he said caused them to call the I think maybe the CIA or whatever alphabet boys these dudes were. They came there to see what the hell was going on. So he must have hit some buzzwords while he was in that bad boy. So he says they walk up to him, and he says, they say, what have you what were you saying? What did you mean by what you said? And he told him, I think it was very clear what I meant, what I said. And they said, are you a US citizen? And he basically was like, what do you say? That's a very difficult question. What do you mean? And they said, do you pay taxes? And he says, that's also a very difficult question. The debtor is always responsible for the debt. That's what he said. And they said, have you been teaching anybody else this information? So he says, nah. And they said, well, where did you learn the information from? He said, y'all books. So he was like, oh, well, you seem to know what you're talking about. And they basically guided him out of jail, and that was it for him. Hey, man, weird story, yo, but that's what he told me happened. So let's talk about the debtor, the location of the debtor. All right, so whatever you say out your mouth can affect what happens to you in the next few seconds. Remember that. So you need to understand what this shit means. So when somebody asks you, do you pay taxes? Well, who's responsible for the debt? Taxes is a debt. So location of the debtor, and there's a whole bunch of definitions here. All right, individuals located, individuals such and such, such and such, residents, reside. They want you to reside with the United States jurisdiction. A debtor that is an organization has only a place of business located as place of business. All right, so boom, all those definitions there. Now check this one out right here. Bang, there you have it right there. So if he said yes, I pay taxes, they would have threw his ass back in jail. Because at the end of the day, he would have declared that he is in the United States, which would have made him the debtor, which means him being in behind bars or in jail is where he belonged because he was a debtor, and that system is pretty much for debtors. So there you have it. Take the notes on that bad boy right there, and do your research on that too, because that can help you out. I'll leave it up there for a second. But yeah, crazy story. He said they had to let him out and shit. The whole entire thing disappeared. You know, he didn't have to go to court for it. It just got washed pretty much. And yeah, he this guy has a lot of good stories for real. But yeah, he's an interesting guy though. So let me drop this out of here. All right. So let's move on to what I intended to talk about originally. You know what I'm gonna do first? Let's do this first. Let's go ahead and drop the link in there just in case anybody wants to get in. I know Bad Wolf's probably gonna hop in. Anybody else that wants to hop in as usual, we can engage in a good conversation and discussion, and then we'll move on to this particular video I have planned for you guys. Now, I'm probably behind on these comments too. Hold on, let me catch up with these comments. Oh, why is this thing not letting me look at the new comments? There we go. What up, Prof? How you feeling, man? What up with you? Jimmy Bennett, my man, what's going on with you? Homestead, which method has been revised many times over. Yeah, there's always modification. We just talked about that too, Jimmy. There's always a modification because they're always changing stuff. 28, 3002, 15A. United States means a federal corporation. You know what, man? So since you got me started, I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there because those people probably want to see what that means. 15A. All right, let's pull that up. He also put UCC 9307 for the location. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Let's do this then. Share and let's talk about what he's talking about right there. All right, so this is what he's talking about. The definitions pretty much. And he said it was he said 15A, right? I think he said 15A. He did. So all the way down. So these are all the definitions of all these. Like this is the breakdown right here. This is the breakdown. So 28 USC 3002. This is the breakdown of everything. So if you jump all the way down right here where it says 15, the United States means a federal corporation. And I've already showed you guys that they literally admitted that it was a business. They've literally said on the Texas website, you know, it's pretty much United States is a business. They said that. So I showed you guys that about 3 episodes ago. But if anybody's still stupid enough to be a naysayer, which I doubt anybody here is, but you know, you got trolls and shit like that. Bam, this is how you shut a troll up. They be like, oh, it's not just because it has a Duns and Bradstreet number, it doesn't mean it's a business. Oh, you can suck my ass, all right, because it's right there. You can just quote that. Quote that and shut your dumb ass up because you don't know what you're talking about. So boom, there you go. Bam. Great stuff, man. I got some very intuitive people here. It's very intelligent people. All right. Homestead, I filled out the new version of the DS11 and took full version of Bad Wolf's explanatory statement from a few months ago. I changed a few things on the statement and used all lowercase letters on. Fire, yo. That's like capitis minimus, I think, something like that. But yeah, basically all lower cases. The application, yes, sir. I put four corner brackets around the social and the zip code. For country, I put Arizona Republic. Fire. My man was not playing. He said, look, y'all gonna give me, I'm gonna get this goddamn sovereignty. All right. I understand that. I feel you, man. When you get a chance, go to CNN and look for the C-17 going down a runway with people around it. Look real close. There's an Air Max C-17 balloon and no landing gear or engine blades. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, man. I didn't pay no attention to that shit anyway, because I knew it was a psyop. Because it was just too the timing was just too perfect. It was a psyop. I knew it was a psyop. I was like, fuck out of here. First of all, COVID is supposed to be so bad and everybody's dying from COVID. Meanwhile, none of them son of bitches on there was tested or probably even vaccinated before they got on the goddamn plane or whatever. So that shit was fake to me. So I didn't pay no attention to it. But yeah, I believe that 100%. I definitely believe that. Makes sense as to what they would do. So yeah, that's probably facts. So I dropped the link in the chat. So if anybody, you can scroll up for the link if y'all need to get in here. I'll read a few more comments and we can jump into the main video here. When you okay, you mentioned that already. And did Bad Wolf upload his latest version of the explanatory statement on his site? I'd be curious to see his version of it and how it's written. Yeah, he's got some great stuff on Black Site 32, man. Highly recommend it. Definitely. So yeah, if you got any questions about any of that stuff or how to get your passport, he even talking about how to get 5 stars pretty much. He's got that on there. I remember he talked about that last year, I think, or maybe it was early this year. Man, we put out so many videos, we can't remember exactly when they came out. All right, so we're going to talk about today my man, Dr. Sebi. All right. Now, Dr. Sebi, people know him as a natural healer, holistic healer. He actually beat the federal government, was it twice, I think, in court? He was actually able to heal herpes. He was able to heal cancer, AIDS, a lot of these other non-curable diseases that aren't supposed to have any cures at all. He was able to put a stop to through nothing but natural practices, fasting, and drinking certain earthly foods. And boom, he had people that testified in federal court that they were cured pretty much. They showed before results and then after results, multiple tests to prove that they were cured. And again, he beat the federal government 2 times. I think it might have been 3 times, as a matter of fact, but I think I know it's for sure at least 2. But yeah, so dude, he made a living going around doing this. He was helping celebrities out. People got all jacked up with their health. He would help them out. And when medicine can only slow it down to a crawl, because we all know the big pharma industry doesn't make any money in curing your ass. They make money off of keeping you on medicines to slow crawl you, basically. So that's what it is. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is there. So let's jump into this video. Maybe now. Very interesting the timing of Dr. Sebi passing away, because he passed away about 3 or 4 years ago, right? And we had a global pandemic that's supposed to be because you don't have a vaccine. But Dr. Sebi was anti-vaccine and he was anti-pharma medicine. He was all about holistic health, eating the right things, and doing what your body requires to be healthy. And we all know that that can't be a part of the agenda there. You can't have somebody like Dr. Sebi, who's beaten the federal government 2 times in court, alive when something like this plan has to roll out. So you got to get him out of the way somehow. Let's say that. And you can call it whatever kind of conspiracy you want. The bottom line is I don't believe in that many coincidences, because that would just be silly. So without further ado, here's the Rock Newman Show with Dr. Sebi on it.
This evening on the Rock Newman Show, herbalist Dr. Sebi has worked with Michael Jackson and Lisa Left Eye Lopez, and he says his line of cell food cures everything from chapped skin to AIDS. He'll talk about his life growing up in Honduras to winning a case before the New York Supreme Court. That's coming up on the Rock Newman Show. Welcome to the Rock Newman Show from the campus of historic Howard University, located in the nation's capital. I'm Rock Newman, and it is my desire to inspire you with personal stories of extraordinary achievement. Herbalist Dr. Sebi has cured himself and others of addiction, obesity, and depression. But when he claimed to cure AIDS, he found himself arguing in his own defense before the New York Supreme Court, a case he won. He joins us now to talk about the case, his life, and his incredible work. Thank you so much for joining us. We want to find out today. We want to know everything about you today. Okay? Now, I've got viewers out there who I'm going to bet some struggle with something that I've struggled with all my life. This handsome face right here is always a whole lot cuter when it's 40 pounds less on it. So we could start anywhere. Weight loss, AIDS, cancer, whatever it might be. But if I want to lose, and some of my beloved viewers want to lose weight in a healthy manner, but in a fast manner, what should we do first?
Well, in answer to your question, I have been struggling with weight since 1964. I was 291 pounds. Now I only weigh 120, and I'm 6'2". I wanted to know what it would be like to be on the other side of being big. And I want to see the benefits of it, because I've been told that there is such thing as the standard weight for height measure.
Yeah.
But we cannot live by those measures.
You're
Those
6'2" and 120.
That's all I weigh, 120 pounds. And trust me, I haven't felt this good in my whole entire life. What I did in the last 6 months, approximately 8 months ago, I stopped eating for 64 days. But I made a mistake. I made a mistake because I had a speech to do in Philadelphia. And by not eating for those 64 days, I was going for 90 days. But I remembered I had a speech to do in Philadelphia. So when I went to do the speech, I fainted. I had to faint because I was talking too long and I was not eating for 64 days. What I've done was to discontinue anything that had glucose. Glucose is the underlying enemy. Whenever you indulge in glucose, it would be difficult to lose fat.
Boom. It comes back down to what you eat and put in your body. And the reason why people don't want to accept that when it comes to getting sick, because people don't want to take responsibility for their actions. They want to just eat whatever the hell they want to eat and do not exercise and shit like that. Drink sodas and shit all day, not do nothing healthy at all, and just blame it on some magical air, some magical death air you inhale that's supposed to kill your ass. Nothing about that big ass bag of Doritos and chili you ate. And the fact that you 100 pounds overweight, that has nothing to do with it. It's some imaginary death air from China that's killing you. This is the problem we have. And it comes back down to what you put in your body.
I live in Honduras, yes, okay, and California. In Honduras, I discovered a plant known as Cusca. Okay, Cusca is a plant that the Maya used to use, and they used another one known as the teosinte. Okay, I eat those plants. Those plants does not have starch or glucose. You will look at your body losing weight and you're going to get frightened.
You use the word frightened. I've been afraid, I've been scared since I heard you say that you gave up food for 64 days. What did you do during that 64-day period of time that sustained you, that gave you enough energy to just even get up out of the bed?
Well, I was in the village of Usha in Honduras. We have thermal waters there. We have a thermal water there that has a pH of 9.8. A pH of 9.8, meaning that this substance has a high level of oxygen. And it is oxygen that the body needs, not rice or beans or a piece of meat. It needs oxygen. That is the fuel of the body. So I drink the water, and I would eat that Cusca. This is a plant that I just discovered lately that the Maya used to eat.
And he was talking about the alkalinized, which is basically oxygen water pretty much. This is why I'm telling y'all to go to find a spring and find a spring near you and have like an alkaline tester of some sort, or talk to people around the area who know about the water. Because the higher the oxygen or alkaline level is in the water, the better off your body is going to be. An alkalinized body does not get sick at all. So there you have it. Make sure you put that in your body, man. Findaspring.com. I'll put it in the comment section for you guys to take a look at.
Cusca is delicious. It tastes like cucumber. So I ate that Cusca plant. I drink the water, and that was it.
And did you have like what would be your normal kind of everyday routine while you went that long without water? I hear you say you were coming to Philadelphia
to do a speech.
So you were traveling, and I mean, you just weren't. It's not like you were bedridden. You were active.
No, I wasn't bedridden. I wasn't bedridden at all. I was working in the village because I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot of work to do in the village, building these huts and directing certain programs.
Hold up, man. Before we continue, yeah, my man Consultant made a great point. Y'all, please get those likes up, man. I hate to sound like Kevin Samuels, but we got to get them likes up. That way we can help this algorithm out and get this information out. I'm glad y'all enjoying the show, and we're going to break this stuff down. I'm glad I can provide y'all some information or point you in the direction that great information is, but I need you to help me out by hitting that subscribe button, please. Let's continue.
The organic electric agriculture program that I have going. So I was busy. You'd be surprised what water does. You see, water, I learned the uses of water in Ecuador. The people of Vilcabamba, their diet is 78% water, 22% solid. Because the body doesn't need that solid food. It needs fuel, and the fuel comes oxygen and water.
Let me ask you,
how crazy is that? I was saying for a very long time, and this is, you know what's crazy? I remember it's going to sound wild, but I remember on Dragon Ball Z, right? There was a dude named Piccolo on there. And anybody who watches this show or Dragon Ball Super or any of that stuff, there's a guy named Piccolo on there, right? And this dude, he was supposed to be like, quote unquote, the indigenous guy or the black guy or whatever. So he was from a planet called Namek, and the planet had 3 suns, right? So the planet having 3 suns, it never had nighttime at all, and there was always a constant sunlight. And the Nameks actually drew that energy from 1, sunlight, and 2, water. He didn't eat at all. There was a scene where Gohan invited him in the house to eat dinner, and he basically said he doesn't eat. He doesn't need to eat. He just needs to drink water. And then multiple times throughout the anime, he would just be drinking water randomly and stuff like that. You never saw him eat anything. And like, it just makes me wonder, like, bro, they always gotta tell you somehow, in whether it be a movie or some kind of cartoon or something, they gotta tell you what it is. It's part of that, the whole universal law, whatever they're trying to go by without getting destroyed. But pretty much, they gotta tell you what it is. Even if it be like in like a movie or a play or something like that, they got to let you know what time they on. But yeah.
You said the pH
Yes.
in your village, where the thermal water
Yes.
is 9.8.
9.8.
And that is compared to what would be in the American water system here.
Well, 9.8 is a very high level pH. It's hydrogen ion concentration. A high level pH will show that you have the amount of oxygen that the body needs, also the minerals. You find that in the thermal waters. In America, there is water here because there was Trinity. Trinity water was thermal, and it was 9.8. Yes, you find it in America also.
So let me ask you, so in essence, aside from the plant and the water, you fasted from all other kinds of solid food.
Oh yeah.
Okay. How long ago was that?
That was only about 8 months ago.
And you have a baby on the way now.
Yeah. She's pregnant.
Okay. You're 82 years old, and I'm putting some emphasis on this because it is highly unusual. Do you maintain that it shouldn't be so unusual, or that it's not something so extraordinary about you that other men ought to be able to produce?
Men could do it. Other men could do it. Any man could do it. What I did was to depart from the usual diet that most men indulges, changing the diet, because remember, I was impotent. I was impotent at 30. How was it that I could have been impotent at 30 and I'm making babies in my 80s?
A whole lot of viewers out there want to know.
Sure. But you see what happened?
You know what I'm saying? My man said, I thought that for a while too, but I think Rock Newman is light skinned. He's lighter than me. Damn. But yeah, dude is I think he's just light skinned for real. But yeah, he's indigenous.
Happened, the information that I got in 1964, many brothers and sisters may not have received that message yet.
And that message is what?
That message came from a Mexican. The message was showing gene food consistency, meaning your cellular predisposition determines what you should eat. So when I went to Mexico, I had already traveled to Russia. I was in St. Petersburg. I was in London. I've been to Spain. I've been to many places in Africa. I was asthmatic. I was impotent. I had diabetes. I was in fact crazy. I was placed in an insane asylum in New Jersey in 1961. Schizophrenia and paranoia. So I'm schizophrenic, paranoia, I'm impotent, I'm diabetic, I'm asthmatic from birth. So I go to Mexico. And the man asks me, where are you from? I said, I am from Honduras. He said, we cannot talk. I said, why? Because black folks doesn't come from Honduras. Maya come from Honduras. Maya and Paya and Lenca. So where you from? Oh, I'm from Africa. Now we talking. Now because you are from Africa, do you believe that God was drunk when he put black people in Africa? I said, no. Well, do you believe that he put a diet there for you? I said, sure. And what's the diet? Rice and beans and potatoes and yams and cows and hogs and lamb. He said, not so. That's not the diet of an African. What is the diet of an African? He said, the same as the Toltec and the Olmec. All that which is native. But I didn't know these things because I was a Muslim. You know, I was in Islam. I love Islam.
Yeah.
Islam gave me a whole lot of good things. I mean, I met Elijah Muhammad.
Okay.
I met the messenger, talking to him like I'm talking to you.
Okay.
But the messenger's information at the time needed a little bit more help. So he told me that I could not eat meat any longer, no lamb. I could not drink any milk. And I abstained from all these things. And here I am now at 82. I'm happier than I've ever been in my life.
Okay. In the opening of this show, I talked about you having worked with Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Can you tell us about how that came about and what kind of work you did with him?
I was home a Sunday afternoon in Los Angeles on La Cienega. Somebody threw a rock at my window. When I looked outside, it was Randy. Well, I had known Randy over the years, Randy Jackson.
Yes.
Michael Jackson's brother. So he came upstairs. What's it? My brother want to see you. I said, who? Michael. Michael? Michael want to see me? I'm the least of the individuals that people want to see. I'm at the bottom of the totem pole. I went to see him. And he said he was in agreement with me traveling with him. And I told him that I would be able to help him. He couldn't sleep. He was in a very bad emotional state.
What time frame? What time period was this? Do you remember?
2004.
Okay.
I was with him from February until September
2004.
At the ending of September, I told him, I said, you know, you're singing, you feel good, you're looking good, I'm leaving. He said, don't leave me. I said, why? He said, I want you by my side, but I have a business to build. But I love Michael. Michael's beautiful. Beautiful brother.
What did you do for him?
What I did for him was this. I gave Michael an intracellular chelation. An intracellular chelation means that I'm going to clean every cell that makes up every organ that totally his biological structure. Because he was full of a whole lot of drugs, you know, the pharmaceutical drugs.
There you have it, right there. He basically had to get all that crap out of him, pretty much. All the pharmaceutical drugs. He had to get it all out of his body.
Couldn't sleep. His nerve was shattered. So I began treating him. Yeah. And at the ending of the period, he was doing good, and I left.
Okay, so let's deal with this, because there might be some folks out there that are looking in here and they're saying, well, how did you learn to do these things? One, and I would say, and I think we have something that we'll end up showing on the screen here, regarding in 1979, I think it was, you were charged in New York City with practicing medicine without a license. You were ultimately charged, indicted, and taken before the New York Supreme Court. And I would advise my viewers who might be questioning your authenticity that you won that case. Now, so the charge was practicing medicine without a license and claiming that you had a remedy to cure AIDS, cancer, and diabetes. So the question is, how did you win that case against what some people say are the toughest prosecutors in the land?
Well, it was 1987.
87, not 79, 87.
The 10th of February.
Okay.
My mother knew they were coming. When I told my mama that I had cured my 13 AIDS patient, she said, they're gonna get you. They're gonna get you.
So let me stop you there. You said I cured my 13 AIDS patients.
Yeah.
So you had 13 patients who
Yeah.
had AIDS.
Yeah.
And then you say
They were cured.
you cured them.
Sure.
Keep talking.
So my mother said, they're gonna get you. I said, but Mom, why are they gonna get me? Because you must remember that you live in a society that supports a certain philosophy and a certain system. You being the color that you are, black, and then you're going against the grain, they're gonna get you. So when I'm in my office on February the 10th, here come the detectives. You were charged with practicing medicine without a license, selling products not approved by the FDA, and claiming to cure AIDS and other diseases. I said, yes. Well, you are making a fraudulent claim. I asked the detective, how do you know that?
Because you were advertising in
Of
newspapers.
course, I advertised in the Village Voice, the Amsterdam News, and the New York Post.
And you were telling people through your advertising that you can cure
AIDS, sickle cell, lupus, herpes, blindness, diabetes, paralysis, and others.
Okay, so they come knocking on the door and
So it knocked on my door and took me to jail. But the funny thing about it, I was happy. I was very, very extremely happy. When everybody in my office was crying, I was happy because my mama told me they were coming. And I knew that I had sufficient evidence to prove my position. Not only scientifically, empirically, historically, and whatever way they would like desire. So while I was in jail, I'm saying, I wonder what defense they would have against me. I would like to know. But I didn't blame the Attorney General, Mr. Robert Abrams, because why should he accept from me the statement that I cure AIDS and sickle cell and blindness when no one else has ever made those claims? The man had a right to arrest me, but he was making a mistake. So I'm sitting in jail, and I'm happy. When I got out of jail and when I went in front of the judge, I asked 3 questions.
And they were,
Your Honor.
you defended yourself.
Of course I did. Your Honor.
So my man went in there sui juris. He went in there sui juris. He said he went in there and did his own damn thing. He didn't need no bar associate lawyer. He got busy with him.
Is it a fact that the Holy Bible teaches that the herbs are for the healing of the nations? She said, yes. Is it a fact that science shows that the human body is carbon-based, and to complement a carbon-based body, you must have a carbon-based substance to complement it, because the body only accepts the substance through the process of chemical affinity. Chemical affinity is important. It's an electrical transport. Chemical affinity. The body could only accept what it is made of, not something new or alien to it. Last question. Your Honor, is it a fact that the father of medicine, Mr. Hippocrates, the man that established the principle of medical science today, cured every disease known to man? Did he use herbs or chemicals? She said, herbs. I said, thank you very much. I rest my case. Okay.
Damn. So it's like the consultant said, bro, these questions you ask them, you got to get them to tie themselves in a knot. It's like when you got a dog that's attached to a post in the middle of the yard. He's the meanest, loudest, most dangerous dog ever, whatever. And then like he's got that leash on his collar and he just keeps running around in circles. And then he runs around in circles so much, he yanks his own neck and just gets dragged and dropped on the ground from yanking his neck so hard, running in circles and tangling himself up. That's basically what the hell happened, it sounds like. And I mean, at that point, you already stated facts for the record pretty much. So what else can be said? Like, you pretty much already put it on a point. So, yeah, that sounds like he got busy with him to me.
So I understood that the state were unprepared to defend itself. They were unprepared because in the past there was 2,781 cases that came before the Supreme Court and lost. I won. Not only did I prove scientifically, but I had the diagnostic sheets, and I do have them today. And those diagnostic sheets didn't come from me. They came from their school, their American medical accredited school.
Damn. So you mean to tell me not only did he do some shit they never did, they also checked his work over with their machines, and it turns out he was doing exactly what they did.
Did I read it correctly where there was some requirement for you to actually bring patients, a patient into court from each of those maladies, and that you brought multiple patients in court who one testified themselves, and that you had medical records, one showing that they were victims of the disease, and then showing that it had been cured by one doctor, and then a second doctor verifying what the first doctor had said?
Yes. We have to remember this, that whenever you make a statement that goes against the grain, you better be prepared.
Exactly, yo. This is what that phrase he just said right there just completely summarized everything I've been telling y'all for the last damn 5 months. Whenever you say something that goes against the grain, you better be ready because they coming for your ass. And this applies to everything. This applies to the narratives with traveling. This applies to bearing arms. This applies to the stuff he's talking about, the COVID, everything right now legitimately is summarized by that phrase. And yes, that is the facts. God damn it, that's badass. Sheesh. That's powerful, man. And he said this years ago, yo. Years ago, my man was saying this. Now, just imagine if a man who beat Supreme Court twice was still alive when they tried to push this pandemic. How far do you think they would have actually gotten if he was still breathing? Let's be honest. Like, and let's not be stupid. They've been planning this thing for probably at least 100 or so years. This shit's all been planned, and it's not like it hasn't been done before. They did the same shit with the Spanish flu, with the propaganda. But let's talk about it. How far do you think this pandemic would have went if a man like Dr. Sebi was still alive when it happened? I'll wait. It wouldn't have. My man would have dropped bars on him, and his credentials would have been beating their asses twice in Supreme Court. That's his credentials right there. And once somebody got them kind of credentials, it's ball game. It's ball game. It's ball game. Facts. So hey, they had to get him out of the way, man. They knew what the fuck they was about to do. They had to move him. He was in the way.
You better be prepared. The judge said that I had to bring one of every patient that I had cured, and there was one that said others. The other was a man that came from Italy. He was paralyzed. But I was supposed to take 9. I took 77.
You took 77, Pete.
He was supposed to take 9 people to prove that he cured all those ailments they had, that the government and Big Pharma, quote unquote, could not cure. And this man brought 77 heads to court, some of which were paralyzed, some of which had genital warts, some of which had herpes, some of which had AIDS, all these incurable viruses. This man brought 77 cases to court of cured people with all their sheets and all that. Can you imagine how much paperwork that judge had to sort through? Like literally, not only did all those people come to court, he set a big ass phone book. Matter of fact, more than a phone book. That's probably like at least 7 phone books worth of notes and pages of scans and summaries and synopsis and all that. Jeez, man. My man came, like he said, Joe, you better be prepared because they coming for that ass.
That's correct. But I knew that my brain was not the same as your brain or any other brain, right? We're unique. Yeah. So when I make a statement, they're going to take my statement and pit it against philosophy. It doesn't fit. I represent an entity that isn't philosophical.
And that entity is?
Well, it's an African one. I'm an African. And we have to remember that. You see, we think that we could take a philosophy out of Europe or China and inculcate that into the African brain. It does not resonate. It cannot resonate. You cannot be yourself when you've been adulterated. Being that I am an African, I'm going to look at things the African way. And the African way seems to reduce things to the least common denominator. And guess what I found? That there's only one disease. Not 2, not 3, 1. When I opened my big black mouth and told the judge that, oh my God. What did you say? I said, Your Honor, there's only one disease.
And what is
Could
that?
you substantiate that?
No.
Of course, I'm not going to just deploy a bunch of empty words. I represent a country. I represent a people. I represent a race. And I represent myself. I'm not going to undermine myself. There's only one disease. The judge said, what is it? I said, you already know. She said, try me. It was a woman, Ann Thelman. I said, Rana, when someone has sinusitis, what is obstructing the nasal passage? She said, mucus. And when another has bronchitis, what is obstructing the bronchial tubes? She said, mucus. And when another has pneumonia, what's covering the cells of the lungs? She said, mucus. Dr. Victor Herbert, who is defending the state of New York, jumped up and said, what about AIDS? You and your one disease theory? I said, Rana, this doctor is saying that I believe in a theory. I am the last individual on earth that could believe in a theory. I do not lend myself to theories or philosophy. Either I know or I don't know. He's talking about theories.
You're talking about the real deal.
I'm talking about reality, not theories, not philosophy.
So please share with us.
So she said, and what about AIDS?
Yeah.
I said, well, he asked about what about AIDS? He want to know where the mucus. I said, Rana, have you been to an AIDS ward? She said, yes. I said, what is it that the AIDS spits up every 5 minutes? She said, mucus. Where is the mucus? It's in the skin, it's in the blood, and the lymphatic system that makes up the immunological system. That is where you find the mucus, Mr. Victor Herbert.
So, my man goes back to the beginning of what he said, and he says basically mucus is the only thing that it really exists that's causing people issues. Well, how people get mucus? Let's go back to the beginning of what he said. What you put in your body.
How can you disagree with truth? You see, what happened, I didn't go to school. I have never been to school. I have never attended any school, kindergarten, grade school, high school, or anything. But I had parents that kept me anchored to the African way, not to the Chinese way, not to the European way, not to the Japanese way. I am an African.
Were your patients all of color?
No. I have patients that are white. I have more white patients than I have black.
Okay, so this scourge that has just run rampant, through the world, AIDS. Can you walk us through as much as you can a step-by-step process where you have a patient that has AIDS and you do X, Y, Z or ABC, and then the patient no longer has AIDS? Can you walk us through that?
Of course. When the first patient was a brother in Boston named Michael White, and a sister, she's from DC. Her name is, oh boy, I forgot her name right now. But she told me, she said, Dr. Sevi, my brother has AIDS in Boston. Mm-hmm. So what do you do? I said, well, I must stay in the compound. The compound that I made were made to cleanse the cells. They come in the category of phosphates, carbonates, iodides, and bromides. Now we are entering the science of biochemistry. These are food and vitalizers. I remove from the man diet lactose, uric acid, and carbonic acid, milk, starches, and meat. By removing these things from his diet and then cleansing his cells, he began to see recovery in 24 hours.
So he says, removing starch, removing, what is it? What do you say? Let me rewind that. Jump that back real quick.
And so it went. They kicked him out of the hospital 2 weeks later. Memorial Hospital in Boston, Dr. Bonanno. Then there was a young man in D.C. Zelma Peterson is her name. Zelma Peterson. Yeah. She was the one that ate milk, starches, and meat.
Milk, starches, and meat.
Removing these things from his diet and then cleansing his cells, he began to see recovery in 24 hours.
Lactose, starches, and meat, he said. Milk, starches, and meat. And then just basically eating the right stuff. He said 24 hours for recovery. That is something. So it's all back to what you put in your body. This is the second time I've showed you proof. We looked at Annette Larkins the first time, the woman who was eating raw vegetables from her backyard, and she stopped aging from 30 all the way up to when she was 80. She completely stopped aging. She didn't age. She froze in time, basically. And we got this man right here that's telling you what you put in your body is what causes mucus. The three things are basically milk, which is lactose, there's starch, which is rice and bread and stuff like that. And, basically you've been paying attention pretty much. So it is what it is, man. What you eat greatly affects exactly what outcome your body has with mucus.
And so it went. They kicked him out of the hospital 2 weeks later. Memorial Hospital in Boston, Dr. Bonanno. Then there was a young man in D.C. Zelma Peterson is her name. Zelma Peterson. Yeah. She was the one that introduced me to my second AIDS patient, and from then it was all the way alive.
Okay. Now, you have documented.
I got proof now.
You have proof.
I have books with the documents in it, diagnostic sheets.
Yeah. And the medical world still puts out that you are a quack, crazy man, you're not credentialed, and that you run scams on people. But you have documented proof of healing people. Now, I know that you have you reference a compound in Honduras. You also operate out of Los Angeles also. So when you get a patient now, if you have a DC patient, does that DC patient need to go to LA or Honduras?
No, we treat them. In fact, we send 1,000 packages a day throughout the world right now. Israel, Hong Kong, China, Russia. We have people in the business from Russia. We have people from all over the world. We send packages all over the world. You don't have to even be in Honduras. But it is good to go to Honduras because the thermal waters are there. Yeah. And they accelerate the process of healing. Once you immerse your body in it and you drink it.
You speak of Honduras.
Now, about the medical science saying that I'm a quack,
yeah,
I do not blame medical science for making that statement. Because my race has never done anything on that level of endeavor to express itself, able to cure diseases on that level, in other words. So, sure, I'm a quack, but I don't care what they say. What I was concerned with, not medical science, because I know that they're the one that is violating. I am not the violator. Hippocrates did not establish the school of medicine by using chemicals, because the chemicals cannot assimilate. A chemical cannot assimilate with the human body. An herb can, because they are electrical. Okay. Herbs are electrical, and we are
one of the biggest health.
All right. So my man was dropping some heavy bars on there. There's still about easily, man, how many? I hate when they force you
right now is apple
ads.
cider vinegar. It helps your body with so many things. But let's be honest.
They try to give you that. They try to give Ellen DeGeneres to tell you how to be healthy. But anyway, no. So there's another 26 minutes of the video. I'm not gonna watch the rest of it right now. As you can see, the man was talking facts. Like everything we've been saying, mucus is basically what's hemming you up, and that's basically what's giving you issues with your body. It's mucus, and it's caused by those 3 triggers. So you got to cut those out and do a cleanse. And my man Russell Winbush says, I use baking soda and Bragg's organic apple cider vinegar to alkalinize the body. Also take pure turpentine gum spirits. Where do you how often do you do that, and where do you get those from? Put it out there so people know, Russell. Yeah, let us know, man. I do a 3-day cleanse once a year with tobacco water in the jungle. That sounds fire. What exactly do you mean by tobacco water in the jungle? How does that process work? So I could say Dr. Sebi changed my life 6 years ago. I had diabetes type 1 and gave up meat and dairy, and I'm still diabetes free. I'm telling you, bro. And then how about this? How about this? Majority of the meats and shit you eat that you get from the store, they got crap already in them. Don't even get me started on that. Them chemical farms, bro. That shit ain't no good. Half the time, I done seen them cut cysts off the meat. Like, bro, that turned me off of meat. Basically, I do meat occasionally, but not no. I used to do meat every day. Every day I was eating chicken or beef. But I slowed all the way down on that when I started to find out what was happening. And then not to mention that, man, but the way those animals are treated when they die with fear. And man, you eat that spirit gets in your body when you eat that stuff, man. And it basically makes you afraid. And it gives you all kinds of side effects. That stuff ain't good for you, man. But it's basically put there to lower your frequency. Yes, sir. He did that, man. He was the guy, man. Dr. Sebi. Shout out to Dr. Sebi. Rest in peace. I mean, again, bro, they had to get him out of the way, man. It was too much. It was too dangerous. They could not leave. And let's get down to Nipsey Hussle. Let's talk about Nipsey Hussle. Check this out. Try to find one that's. I'm gonna have to find one. I might have to get back to y'all on that because that's gonna have to be something that I have to hunt for. Because they look like they moved shit around since what happened. But yeah, Nipsey Hussle was supposed to be doing a documentary on Dr. Sebi, and we all know Nipsey Hussle had a mean fan base. Dr. Sebi had a base, but it wasn't nowhere near what Nipsey's was. When Dr. Sebi was out there doing his thing, his following wasn't as big as Nipsey's. Of course, now that he passed away, he's got a bigger following. His video has almost 200,000 views, I think. But you know, when he was alive and moving around and doing things. I remember that video had only like 30,000 views when I first watched it. I was like, yo, why don't more people know about this? And I saw it when it first came out. I saw it the next day after it dropped. And I watched it back then, and I was just wondering, like, yo, that's crazy, man. But it's very obvious why. So they got Dr. Sebi out the way. And then I guess Nipsey already had the footage recorded or put together. They got him out the way right afterwards. And you can say what you want. You can make all kinds of accusations, bro. If you look at the fact that Dr. Sebi was doing what he was doing, and you look at the fact that Nipsey Hussle was about to put my man on, and then you look at the fact of what just happened in 2020 with the pandemic, it all falls into place. Like, yo, no, nobody can put that shit out. Then when Nick Cannon was about to put one out, they had took his goddamn Wild 'N Out show away from him as a warning, probably. I don't think that shit's coming out either. But yeah, you can't put that out, man. They not letting you, man. They are on some foul shit. Big Pharma's a mafia. It's a damn mafia. That's what it is. So yeah, that's what time they on, man. But yeah, that shit was crazy, man. Like my man was literally spilling the beans. Like, yo, the majority, all pretty much ailments that you have in your body are coming from the foods you put in your body. The food you put in your body. That's it. Lactose, starch, and meats, he said. Those 3 things. And he said you get glucose from eating meat or something like that. But yeah, it's great facts right there. So there you have it. So anybody that's telling you, hey, magical death air, COVID-19, magical death air, hey, look back at that video and just I wouldn't even try to convince nobody now because again, it's the age of information. Same way I just went on here and pulled that video and showed you guys. It's public information. The shit is out there. You just got to know what to search for. So The same way I did that is the same way that anybody else can do it. But people choose to be ignorant. And in this day and age, we don't have patience for people to choose to be ignorant. If you choose to be ignorant, that's fine. You can just be ignorant in the corner somewhere. But we're trying to move forward with knowledge. We're trying to use knowledge to apply to ourselves, make our lives and health better, and to not be afraid of anything, man. That's the main base of what we're doing. So that's what it is. That is 100% what it is. Man, X-rated said 100%, man. You know, you already know what time we on over here, man. So, yeah, back to what I was saying, man. Clean your diet out, folks. Get some of that good spring water. I've been telling y'all time and time again, and I'm gonna keep telling y'all because y'all need to know this. Y'all need to be down there and find a spring. Find yourself a spring. Find yourself some natural alkaline water from the earth. It's cold and it's delicious. I just got myself a whole nother canteen of this joint for real. But I've been drinking this the last month and I feel great. I've gotten to the point where I can drink one. I only need really like maybe one or two of these a day, and I'm good. With the bottled plastic water, bro, I gotta drink like a gallon a day. And I'm still thirsty after I drink it. It's the plastic in it, and it's also been treated and shit like that. It just doesn't have the necessary things in it I need in order to stay hydrated. But like, yo, when I drink this, man, this water from the spring, bro, like I'll go train. I'll train a hard session. I'll be sweating out. My whole entire body be sweating. My gi will be soaked. I'll take my gi off. I feel real relaxed and stuff after I train. It's another good thing. Flushing toxins out of your body with hard sweats and hard workouts. Your body's going to push it out through your pores. So, yeah, you're taking that good alkaline water. You push out the rest of the crap through your body, and it keeps you nice and cleansed. And it also keeps you in a clear mind, too. So, you know, you do those things. And also, this right here, a lot of people were asking about this a while back. This is actually sterling silver. And I'm going to show y'all something real quick. Just so you can see what I was saying. So, as you know, I don't know who knows this or not, but sterling silver actually has bacterial killing properties. So, you can jump right on eBay. No, it's not cheap. It's not cheap at all. But I happened to stumble upon a little bit of money. So I went ahead and I helped myself out. So I got myself one of these. It is from India, and it does take about probably 3 to 4 weeks to get. The guy is a really nice guy to talk to, and he does what is it? Not just those, the copper ones too. And copper is much cheaper, of course, but silver is. I'm a silver guy. I love silver, but yeah, it's got the vibrational properties where it can actually keep the spiritual vibration of the water. We all know water has memory, and it does retain memory. Water is intelligent. So when it comes to the earth and you put it inside this silver canteen, it actually maintains the vibration of the water. And when you drink it, you're also getting the spiritual properties from the earth too. So that's something you need to look at also. But yes, this is where I got it from. I got it right off good old eBay. I've been using eBay since 1997. Probably not going to stop either. But yes, that's where I got it from. But you again, if you can't get one of these because it's too expensive, that's perfectly understandable. You can get yourself a copper one also. Copper one does maintain the vibration, but it doesn't have the bacteria killing properties that silver has. So let me see here. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about there. Yeah, copper will. Yeah, see, this is much more affordable, and more cost effective. So if you can't do the silver, perfectly understandable. You can always do this one right here, and this will still give you that vibrational benefit. Boom, there you go. Leak proof, solid. It's lightweight too. I actually do have a copper one as well, but it's even got a gasket seal on the edge of it where if you turn it upside down, where this silver one I have does not have a gasket seal. So if it's a situation where you turn it upside down, the water's gonna come out and you're just gonna be pissed. But this one right here, it does screw down and it does have a gasket seal to keep your contents that you have in it inside the cup until you're ready to drink them. But yeah, get yourself one of those, man, and get yourself some glass bottles. Try to stay away from the plastic bottles and head down your natural spring and grab some of that water, man, and indulge in Earth's greatness. But and that's pretty much the move with that. That's pretty much the move. We want to make sure we healthy, man. Hold on, let me see here. The organic Bragg's apple cider I got from local food co-op. Take about 1 tablespoon of baking soda and a glass of water, a couple bottles of water afterwards, and a shot of vinegar. Boom. And it cleans you out, huh? Alkalines you and all that. Careful, though. You will have a volcano science experiment for about 45 minutes after. You have volcano. Yeah, it cleans you out, man, and it's good. It's good to clean you out, man. It's good for your stomach because you got a lot of crap that builds up in your intestines from the food you eat throughout the day. You know what I mean? That stuff sits in your intestines, and that stuff clogs your system up, and it makes you feel sluggish. You can't think clearly. It's always good to clean your system out. So yeah, that's good for you, man. eBay, yeah, I prefer eBay over Amazon. Honestly, I don't even really fuck with Amazon like that. But yo, eBay is the truth for real. I've been using eBay forever. It's a ritual with the quiche and Panare Indians, bro. I gotta get down there with you, man. You always going to Ecuador or something like that, bro. I literally gotta get down there with you, man. We gotta coordinate something. I'm trying to take that trip down there, man, because you be out there getting it in. My man be doing all kinds of cool stuff down there, man. I'm down like full flat tires. We gotta coordinate something, man. I'm definitely interested in sliding down there, though, man. It's always some interesting stuff going on down there, I bet. Especially with the tribes and all the ancient knowledge they have that they keep it. You know, it's great stuff, man. But what I usually do when I go down to the spring, I got glass container bottles. I take like 8 of them, and I just take them all down and fill them up. I usually go once a week. And then here's the thing, though. I know a guy that was down there. I actually meet a lot of people at these springs. He might be even watching. Shout out to you, my man. Also, let me put his website on too, because when I meet people, I definitely try to network. But let me put you on with his Instagram too. So here's his Instagram. Go holler at my man. He's a very cool guy. He has I can look at him and see his resonation of his vibe was pretty smooth. And the dude just seemed completely in control of his aura. So that's his Instagram. Check that out. I'm looking at it right now. That's how you spell it. Check that out. He's on Instagram. Go follow my man. He's got 215 followers. There's 19 people in there. Let's get him those 19 followers. And anybody else who's watching the video, go follow my man right there. And he basically does alleviating pain, restoring movement, improving health, somatic manual therapy, light therapy, nutrition, herbalism, movement education. He even does Tai Chi. So go holler at my man on that. And Tai Chi is basically like a flow art, pretty much like a flow martial art. It's pretty awesome, man. A cool dude, though, man. But yeah, so very interesting stuff there. My man dropped something here. Yo, Space Buster made a new video breaking down how germs debunk corona. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We talked about there's a book called Goodbye Germ Theory. I've been meaning to get my damn hands on for a long time. I can't find a damn thing, though. But it debunks all that crap they're talking about. And only idiots believe what's happening in the news right now and that they need to go out and get the next vaccine for the next variant. Only stupid ass people are believing that shit. Let's put it how it is. So at this point, like I said, I don't know what to tell you if you still believe that. But yeah, check my man out right here. See, I wish I could. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Hold on. Let me try to find his website. Here it is. He's got his Instagram up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you his Instagram. Boom. There it is right there. Move this shit out the way. Boom. Vega therapy. So if you're ever in Maryland or something like that and you want to see, my man's even got it. He knows what time it is. He got the water bottles right there. Now, I've seen him down at the spring, and he had a bunch of those, those water bottles they put in the water machine. They turn them upside down, the blue ones, the giant blue cylindrical looking joints. He had some joints like that. But the thing about it is they were BP free. So he had some special kind of plastic bottles that didn't have the level of toxicity the plastic usually does that would seep inside the water. So I did notice he had a bunch of BP free bottles. So yeah, my man was down there getting busy because he had to have had about 18 giant bottles and filled all them bad boys up. My man was down there getting busy with the water though. I was like, damn, good thing it's an infinite flow, bro, because there wouldn't be nothing left for nobody else. But yeah, cool dude, man. Very interesting guy. Very chill, man. You know, that's what it is, man. Holler at my man right there. Give him some support. Yep. And drop him some follows, man. So I'm going to drop the link one more time in here in case anybody didn't catch it the first time. So y'all can get in here if anybody wants to jump in and drop a word real fast. And if not, man, we can keep it pushing. I think we had a pretty productive show today. Check that Dr. Sebi video out if you've never seen it before. If you have seen it before, watch it again because you might need the brush up on everything my man was talking about with all this propaganda, man, put in your ear constantly, and you constantly being bombarded with all kinds of nonsense. So yeah, check that out. Check that out. So there's the link. If anybody wants to get in here, drop a couple words, or put something out there or something like that, any processes you might have tried, now's the time to talk about it. There's a trail over there near the spring I go to. I've been meaning to get over there and do some walking around and stuff like that. But there's a trail over there. And I don't know, this one lady told me over there that there's ferries, which was interesting because I've been looking kind of into that whole entire thing about, the spiritual world, things you can't see, metaphysical and stuff like that. I haven't gotten that far yet into like fairies and all that, but I'll be loving to read about it. But she was saying there's fairies up there. I was like, oh, that's very interesting. What's up, Russell? You got a question? What's up, man? Now is the time to ask it. Let's see if I missed any comments here. I think we are all caught up. Alfredo Darrington Bowman, better known as Dr. Sebi. I did not know his given name and his family name, but okay. I also used a homemade ID that I had notarized for the passport application to set up my driver's license. Get the fuck out of here. Really? That worked? That's interesting. That is very interesting. They said he used a homemade ID he had notarized for the passport application instead of his driver's license. Nice. I mean, shit, is notarized. It stands as fact, I guess. You signed it. Pretty much a statement at that point. I take my sea moss with bladderwrack and burdock root with chaga daily with other vitamins. Where you get that from, John? If you're still watching that, where you get that stuff from, man? What's good, Nicole? How you feeling? All right, what we say here? They say own nothing and control everything. That is indeed what they say. What up, Kevin? You good, man? I hope you all right over there, yo. I hope you behaving, yo. Kevin, I hope you behaving, bro. I really do. What if you title your trust foreign national and put your vehicle in that trust? You talking about I guess you're talking about the foreign trust, right? And you put your vehicle in a foreign national trust. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I don't see why not. I don't see why not. If you're the trustee, pretty much, then you have you basically do all the moving and shaking for the trust. You're basically the caretaker of the trust. You're taking care of the trust items. So if that means transferring something that's supposed to be put in the trust to the trust and moving around in that particular trust property and caretaking the trust, upkeeping it, keeping the oil change on the trust property, keeping the brakes fresh on the trust property. That's keeping the trust property running every day so the engine stays healthy, believe it or not. If you do not travel in your personal conveyance with an engine in it and you leave it sitting, that is actually more detrimental for your personal conveyance than it would be to just leave it sitting. So yes, you have to you have to use that personal property every day in order to keep it working. That's facts. So yeah. I mean, Kevin, you laughing, yo, but I was dead serious. See, that's the problem. You laugh too much. You supposed to be taking that to heart, man. You're laughing. You laughing, bro. AG always dropping the facts. Yes, sir. A6 drops the facts too, man. I'm gonna assume you hit the G instead of the 6. It's all good though, because the G is a 6 upside down, right? Mofos destroyed my car carrying the passport book around is annoying. Yes, sir. The passport book is a pain in the ass, literally. Because like the thing about the passport book is when you leave it in your back pocket, because that's what I like to put mine. I don't like putting it in my side pockets because I put my keys in there. I put my phone in my side pockets. I don't want it to get scratched, bent up, damaged, torn, or nothing like that. You gotta be real ginger with it. You know, you always got to check and make sure it's still there and stuff like that. And then the heat from your ass when you sit down, it moistens the pages. The book is a nightmare, really. Let's be honest. They do have book covers you can actually buy. I think I saw one online, and I saw one at one of those airports. They actually had a passport book cover. It was pretty nice. I didn't get it though, but yeah, that was wild. But y'all, I hope you're doing something about first off they destroyed federal property, so you should already be on that. And then I hope you're building up some information. You talking about you got people bond numbers. You need to get that bond numbers, and you need to put a fee schedule on that ass. Because if they took your personal property and destroyed your shit and threw you in jail, 1, they violated your rights and kidnapped you. 2, and 3, hey, Fourth Amendment, buddy. As far as your shit not being taken from you and destroyed and all that, even though it is technically government property, but they still can't destroy your stuff. You actually, at the end of the day, gave them fiat for it, so they can't just take your shit like that. Not them anyway. When they run the plate, would it pop up foreign national? No. You would have to do some kind of like people usually do injunctions for shit like that. Like this one guy, he had a video on YouTube where he actually did an injunction. And with his injunction, he had some custom plates that were basically included in the injunction. So it basically told police officer, you see this tag, you need to leave me the fuck alone because I already put so and so on notice. So if you violate, this is what you're going to have to deal with. So with the fee schedule, it actually tied onto his tag. So when the police officer ran his tag, he actually found his fee schedule and his injunction in it. So the police officer just turned off because he ain't want no smoke. That's what they do a lot of times if you properly prepare or properly let them know what's going on. Unless you got a steroids dickhead on your hands, but you stand to make a little bit of change off his ass when he violates your rights, which is what I hope Kevin's doing. But we'll see. Spent the whole trying to draft a complaint. Don't try, do it. Can you react to germs? Can you react to germs debunk corona? Yeah, I can do that probably next time. Send me the video in my email if you want me to do a reaction to that, and I'll try to do it next time we do a video. It won't be tonight though because I'm about to get off in a little bit. But if y'all want to run some more questions, do so, man. Drop him. So like I just heard I was just talking about somebody in a little group we had. They were talking about how Apple is supposed to be making it so that you have to get a vaccine in order to use the new iPhone. Who gives a fuck about an iPhone? Well, I don't give a fuck about an iPhone. But I mean, as far as the iPhone 13 goes, you got to have a vaccine or something like that in order to have the iPhone 13. Bruh, let me explain something to you. I haven't purchased a new phone since, man, 2016. Like, bro, refurbished phones all day. Y'all still buying new phones? Y'all ain't learned nothing yet. They sell you these new phones. It's just like it's literally just like the game systems, yo. They sell you these game systems and these new phones and such, and they come out with a brand new phone in like 5 months. Your phone's obsolete. Like, bro, I'd rather just get dude. I'm using a Galaxy Edge 9 Plus. I think they're on like 29 now. I'm on a 9 Plus and still getting shit done. I don't need the latest phone. I don't need none of that crap. Fuck that. A vaccine to use an iPhone. Yeah, man. It might have something to do with like some kind of chip shit or something. I don't know. But it's retarded. The whole thing is stupid as hell. I ain't with it. I ain't with it at all. Refurbished all day, man. My man is spitting facts. My man's dropping bars. Refurbished phone, eBay all day. Yes, sir. I think I spent like for my refurbished Android phone, I think I paid like, damn, what did I pay for this joint? I think I paid like $250. And the joint, let me tell you something, bro. A lot of them refurbished phones are really, really nice, bro. Like it literally looks brand new. The screen is brand new data. Brand new information. Ain't no data on it already. It's pretty much clean wiped before they sell it back to you. Good phones, man. I ain't had no complaints about them, bro, at all. Search up Space Buster, and it's his latest video. All right. Let me see what you're talking about here. Yeah, I never seen this guy's page before, but he's got quite a few followers. Oh, yeah, he looks like my kind of dude. My man talking about chemtrails, curvature, germs, immunity. Oh, yeah. Space Busters. Okay. Good looking out on that one, man. God, blood. Good looking out on that one. I'm going to look at that joint. All right, Russell says, my thinking is they run the plate and it comes back registered to the trust. Well, if the trust name is literally foreign national, would that be what they see? See, the thing is, I don't think they can see it when they run the vehicle plates. When they run the personal conveyance plates, I don't even think they can see that it's in the trust. I think it had to be one of those situations where if they violate, you really had to literally punish them with the paperwork later. I don't think their scammers can see that deep, yo. I think they either have shit or they don't have shit. Like the ALPRs, I think they're called automatic license plate readers. What they basically do is it's an automated system, and they've got these all over the freeway too. If you take a look on a freeway at those giant things that look like a telephone pole, or it looks like a giant street light, but there's no damn light on it, those are actually cameras, bro, and they monitoring shit that's going on the freeway. They watching people's plates. That's how they know where you are, your plates. This is why I don't ride with state plates on my shit. I put fucking personal plates on my shit. So you run it if you want to. You ain't going to see nothing. Matter of fact, allegedly, from what somebody told me, somebody actually, anytime they see a speed camera with their personal plates, they intentionally speed past them just to flick the license joint on, just to waste a little bit of power it has, just to lower the capacity, because they've all got life on them or something like that. A certain amount of times you can actually take pictures before you have to spend more money to fix it. But yeah, people speed up and shit with those motherfuckers. Fuck those things, man. It's unconstitutional as shit. They treating you like cattle, man. That's why we don't do that. But no, I don't think they can see that it's in the trust. I think they would have to basically take a beating with paperwork if they try to step over. Bro, they putting the vaccine in salads now? What? You're going to have to show me that, bro. Indeed. Now, state plates. Did you copyright your private plates and file a UCC1? Not yet, but check this out, though. I got things in the works. That's all I'm going to say about that. The UCC1 has a lot of different... Let me explain something to y'all. Y'all need to understand the UCC1 is your friend, all right? The UCC1 is your friend, 100%. I put a lot of shit in the UCC1 recently. So just remember that if you don't have a UCC1 set up, it's not as simple as just filing the UCC1 and being done with it. You got to have your contracts ready. They got to be drawn up perfectly. It's very time consuming. It took me about 5 or 6 months to set mine up properly because I had to read all the information. I had to make sure I comprehended it because I don't do shit until I get what I'm doing. Don't start doing processes without knowing what the fuck you're doing. All right? Because you gotta be able to explain it just in case. So with the processes, I went ahead and did the joint, but it took 6 months. So I read all the paperwork. Not even paperwork, I read the file. Read all that, and then I started to type the joint up. I did drafts, I probably printed up about like 20 copies and had to reprint them because I misspelled something. A word wasn't there. It was formatted wrong. It's very tedious. So if you don't have the patience, you know, you ain't gonna want to do that shit. I might start doing it for people maybe, but I'm not sure yet. I really got to get around to doing that kind of time for real, having that kind of time to do it. As a matter of fact, so but yeah, it's very tedious, man. You got to make sure your contracts and your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed. You need to keep the originals. There's so much you got to do with it. It's not just simple as filing UCC1 because you got to put shit in there for collateral too. You got to know what you're doing. But yeah, it's not easy. My vehicles have state plates, but they're titled in a trust. Yeah, I've heard people doing that before, which it does have merit, I think. But I mean, me personally, I ain't with it. My man, Jimmy Violet, what up with you, man? I'm surprised to see you here, man. I'm so glad you can jump in here, man. I don't know if you've been watching over the last. Let me tell you something about Mr. Violet right here. My man has been watching me for the last not even 3 years, probably about a year and a half, I think. And he probably don't know if he hasn't seen none of my videos recently. He probably don't know what the hell's going on. But yo, the content I'm making now is way different than the stuff I used to make. But you know, as the information changes, the message changes too. So yeah, if you joining in now, bro, you came in at a great time. You might want to watch the last 10 videos I've done to where I know exactly what I'm talking about. We talking about law, we talking about rights, we talking about citizenship, United States codes, uniform commercial codes, all kinds of stuff, man. It's great information here if you're interested. Saluka Nation, I'm gonna send it to your DM. Okay, you can send it to my email. That'd probably be the best way to do it for real. Unless you got my my Telegram joint, or you can send it to my Instagram too. That's fine. Also, that's in there also. Space Buster's the guy who made biochemistry debunks coronavirus. Yeah, I don't follow him for some reason. I should though. But yeah, good looking out on that, man. What's the point of a UCC1? I don't understand it. Can you make a brief explanation? All right, so a UCC1 basically is a financial statement. So if a company, let's say for instance, a business has lien on property. Let's say Mr. Smith's finance company has a lien on certain property or such. They would put that property as collateral basically in the UCC1 financing statement, basically, or they would put that pretty much in the UCC financing statement, which basically means there's a lien on it until a certain obligation is taken care of. Once that obligation is taken care of, then that lien can be lifted. If you look at your title to your car that you have, before the title is completely free and clear, if you look at the bottom while you're still making payments, so let's say you get a loan and you got to, pay the loan company back or whatever, but the loan company, quote unquote, paid for the car and you're still paying the loan company back. If you look at the bottom of the title, it'll say at the bottom left-hand corner, secured party. That's what it literally says. Interestingly enough, look at the title. It says, the Maryland title anyway does. I don't know how y'all titles is out there, but Maryland's pretty simple. So in the lower left-hand corner, it says secured party, and then creditor, basically, that it may have a lien on the property or whatever like that. So if the car still has a lien on it, you can't sell it because the title has a lien with the bank. So the company will put their name at the bottom of the title to show anybody that they can't buy the property until the obligation is satisfied, which in most cases means you have to, quote unquote, pay the bank back with interest as the obligation for the contract. That's the UCC1 financing statement basically is. It's a lien. It's like a lien pretty much on a certain property, like an obligation. That's basically what it is. Yeah. So the UCC1, Kevin, that's not like the passport card, bro. You really got to get in the books on that one. So if you want to take that step, you can holler at me and I can send you the information. But you're gonna be doing a lot of fucking reading. It ain't no. Let me do this real quick and bro. It ain't like the passport, bro. You're gonna have your nose in the books, heavy body, and you're gonna be doing your own research too, because a lot of them definitions that's in there, they don't tell you what they mean. You got to look them up. That's why I had to get a Black's Law Dictionary for real. Just send it to you, bro. My ad is Retro Mystery, no problem. It probably went to the junk joint, but I check the junk joint too. I check it every day. So I'll check it out and I'll holler at you, Mr. Nation. Thank you so much. My automobile's title, the state does not have security interest on it. Yep. There you go. Yeah. So yeah, there you have it. My man knows what I'm talking about right there. So yeah, you run around with the private plates. You can put your private plates in the UCC one. Here's some information for you. What if you created a UCC one and you put the plate? You had a custom plate made, right? Let's say you had a custom plate made, right? And you had a UCC one, right? You had to file. Let's say you put the UCC one number on your custom plate and then put that UCC number on that plate in your UCC one. Just throwing it out there. I'm trying to build my credit up. What's good? Who good with that? We are good with that, bruh. We are good with that. We good with that. You came to the right place, man. Hey, look, let me tell you something, bruh. Go ahead and hit my email and I'm gonna get you put down. All right. My email is right in the section right there. Anybody that's trying to fix their credit or whatever, holler at me. We're gonna help y'all with that. Yeah, we're gonna help y'all with that. Yeah, we got the sauce on that. Anybody that's trying to better their life, up their credit score, whatever like that, man. We got the info. We got the informations. We getting y'all information. That's what information is. Putting y'all in formation. Exactly. We all getting with it. We getting with the move, man. All that bad credit shit is dead. All that, that debtor shit is dead. We're moving as creditors and we're moving as trying to better each other's lives and trying to pull each other up instead of stepping on one another to get ahead. We ain't gonna do that. We done with that, That age is dead, yo. This is the new age right here. We moving forward. So positivity is how we live. Positivity is how we getting it. Yes, sir. So if that's all for the questions, man, I'm gonna go ahead and bail out of here, man. Anybody got anything else for me before I leave? If I can answer it, I will. Let me check this mail my man sent me. I know a bunch of people be sending me messages on Instagram. I'll be like overwhelmed sometimes. And then you got those dickheads who send, man, that's annoying as hell. You got those, y'all ever get those people sending you messages about Forex and Bitcoin and stuff like that? It's so irritating. Like, yo, don't talk to me, bro. Don't send me no messages. Leave me alone. Vaccine salad growing plants. Oh shit, I gotta look into that. Vaccines in your salad. Yeah. The public could eat plant-based mRNA vaccines. Nigga. Hey, I'm telling you, bro. If it ain't no other time to grow your own food, that time would be now. That's crazy. It's always some bullshit, man. I'm telling you, yo. It never ceases to amaze me. I'm gonna look into this, man. We'll be talking about this next time, though. That's wild. Damn, they trying to make. They say, all right, you ain't gonna take the shot. All right, cool. You gonna eat the shot? What kind of bullshit, though? Like, it never gets old, bro. They don't know how to give up, man. They won't. They don't know how to give up. They only making it worse for themselves, though, man. For real. Hey. All right. Well, on that note, if we ain't got nothing else, man, I'm going to be out of here. It was great talking to y'all tonight. We got to a lot of good information. Dropped a lot of golden nuggets, so to speak. And we got a lot of stuff out there. If any of you guys have any other information you want to send me, like my man just sent me something very interesting I'm going to be looking into when I get off, please hit my email. You can also hit me on Instagram. I'm probably going to be making another Instagram pretty soon. I had a question. Hold on. Thanks, bro, but self-credit builder freaking sucks. They didn't send my card when I stopped giving them my money because of that. They dropped my credit 60. Sheesh. Yeah, see, that's that dumb shit. You can do that shit yourself, yo. You ain't got to pay nobody to do that. I remember I went into this when I was like 24 when this happened. I didn't really have much debt because I didn't really believe in putting a lot of credit cards and shit on my stuff. I didn't start messing with credit cards later. But I went to this company just to see what they was talking about because I only owed I think I had medical bills like $1,500 of medical bills, $2,000 of medical bills, something insignificant. So it basically was dropping my credit score down. This is before I knew anything. So I went down to the joint and I was like, yo, I was trying to basically get her to, help me out with the credit. So she's like, yeah, well, she just gave me all these steps they got to do. And then she tried to get me to pay $1,000 or something like that to get the items removed. Basically, I was like, no, hell no. You know, these companies out there, all they doing is, let me tell you something, bro. The stuff they doing really, you know, discharging debt and shit like that, they ain't doing nothing but doing the same thing you can do. They writing letters, basically asking for the original contract so that they can settle it, the original contract probably. And they can never, the third party creditors can never provide you with the original contract because it don't exist. They don't have it. And even if they do present one, it's not the one with their name on it. So they have no claim over the debt. The only claim they have is the whatever contract that they bought from the original creditor. I told y'all about this a few months ago. The way it works, let's say you go in, let's say you scrape your knee on the sidewalk and you need to go get your knee looked at for some weird reason. You gotta go to the emergency room. All right. Emergency room hospital ride is $1,000 standard. So taking the ambulance from your house to the hospital is $1,000. You get there, and then they have you fill out all the information. They want your social security number, they want your signature, all that over. You know the whole gambit. That's how it goes. When they get your information down, they probably charge a processing fee like $200, something stupid like that. You go back to see a doctor. Doctor tells you to put a Band-Aid on, gives you some antibiotics, basically. They always going to give you antibiotics because they can charge you extra for them. So that's standard. Antibiotics is the standard. Then they give you some Tylenol, something like that. Next thing you know, you get out of there, your bill's $2,500 for some stupid shit. All right. Let's say 30 days goes by, you don't pay the medical bill, you don't discharge the obligation. You'll get a call basically telling you, yeah, you got to do this, such and such. You got to pay this, blah, blah, blah. You don't pay it another 25 days. You get another letter. Then you get a final notice. Then you don't pay it for 3 months, and they turn it over to collections. Once it hits collections, they take your file, which is $2,500, and they sell it to a third-party creditor for a fraction of that cost. So that third-party creditor might pay about $700 for the debt, right? They're buying the debt from them. All right, so not only do they get $700 from that third-party creditor, they also get at the end of the year to write it off as bad debt. So the Federal Reserve will pay your medical bill. The $2,500 that you owe to the hospital, the Federal Reserve basically gives them in tax breaks. Now, here's the other thing. The third-party creditor gets that $700 or whatever they spent for your debt, they spent out for it. Then they're contacting you about a $2,500 bill. So you're no longer you're not even in debt to the original debtor no more because that obligation has been discharged at the end of the year or whatever like that. That's why it's always good to wait till like a year afterwards and then you can deal with it later. Or if you want to just go hard, you can just say, fuck it, show me the contract, which is what I do now. I don't even wait anymore. But that's a whole other thing. So the debtor basically says, all right, well, you owe $2,500, and we're basically the resolution team to stand in the middle and basically take care of the matter pretty much. So it becomes an issue where they have to reach out to you because they just spent $700 for your debt. So you answer the phone and say, yeah, well, is this, they try to get you to identify yourself as a legal fiction. Then once they do that, they'll be like, all right, boom, you got to do this, this, and this. Just send us this payment, blah, blah, blah. We can settle for you if you want. So you can actually, instead of paying $2,500, you can just give us $1,500, which is still, what is that? What is that? $800 over what they paid? They paid $700. So boom, they're making out because they're making money over what they spent for your debt. And if you're stupid enough to give them that $800, guess what? You owe the debt. Even if you make payments if you give them $25 a week, you validated that debt by giving them anything. So if they're hitting you up, basically, the debt has already been resolved by the Federal Reserve. And if you want to be slick with it, you can just say, all right, well, look, I'm 100% interested in taking care of whatever obligation I need to take care of. Just send me the original contract with such and such business name and the debtor's name or whatever, or the name they're claiming is the debtor responsible for that debt. Right? So send that letter into them, whatever like that, asking them for the original contract. If they cannot provide you with their original contract, which they can't, the debt is null and void. And they never can give you the original contract because you never did business with them. They just bought your debt from somebody else, which is illegal as fuck, but that's a whole other thing. But yep, there you have it, man. And that's how those third-party creditors get over. They scumbags, man. That's why I play with them now. I miss one manager called me on the phone. She said, yeah, we received your letter asking for the original contract. I said, yeah, absolutely. I 100% intend on discharging any debts necessary that I've acquired. But I just need to see the original contract that I signed with your business. I can't remember what the debt company was called, but I said I need the original contract with your business that I signed. Present me with that original contract, or at least a copy of it with your company's name that I signed an agreement with your company, and I 100% discharge the debt. She said, well, I'll see what I'll send it over to you. And that shit dropped right off my credit. She never even she never called me again, never sent me nothing. She dropped. No, though sometimes they'll try to be slick. What they'll do is they'll try to they'll try to see if you're stupid or not. So what they'll do is they'll send you the last half of the page without the name on it of the company. And they'll just say, here's your signature right here. And you just say, no, I need to see the original true and correct copy of the contract that I signed with your business, not with another business, because they'll try to like basically hide the shit up in a corner somewhere with the other business. They can't completely cut it out, I think. But they'll basically try to hide it, like, so you don't see it or whatever. And they'll try to say, and you'll send a note back just saying, yeah, I see the a contract with another business, but I have yet to be presented with the true and correct copy of a contract with your business, which is the third party debtor or creditor, or same shit. So, because they're basically the debtors, because they're trying to recoup money they spent back for your shit, what they're not supposed to do anyway. So, there you have it, man. So once that happens, pretty much you got them by the balls. They'll take it right off, or you can be slick and just say, look, I got a UCC1 financing statement, and I have a what is it, common law copyright on that name. Please send me a bill for $20,000. And then they'll be like, yo, we don't want no smoke. Pull that shit right off your credit. What up, man?
What up, bro?
Man, my man, you know what we over here talking about. We talking about people talking about credit again, man. They want the credit. Yes. He got a different way of doing it that works too.
Hey, shit, you can go, if your credit fucked up right now, tomorrow morning, get on IRS, type in on Google IRS EIN, create an EIN with your legal name. Set it up as a C Corp. Go to, and this is all legal, by the way, go to Experian.com, set up a membership using the EIN. Where it's asking for your social, put in the EIN. Create a new credit profile like that. Then go to Credit Karma, do the same thing. Everywhere they ask for a social, use your EIN. Then go and get 3 or 4 inquiries or whatever. Go apply for like a Macy's store card or something. You're going to get denied because you don't have a credit profile. But once you get denied and you have an inquiry, that's your new credit profile. Then you can go to Credit One Bank. Go to Credit One Bank, get you a credit card, get the Amex one. And you'll have a credit card with the EIN. And that way you can start building credit with that EIN and use that instead of your social.
Fine.
Make sure you change the birthday. Make sure it's like 25 years in the past. What else? Change the address. Make sure it's an address that you never used before. And you'll have it. It could be your legal name, like John Mary Doe. I don't know how that goes, but yeah, John Doe with a new address and a birthday that's 25 years in the past. It's the reason why the EINs right now, as of May of this year, they started using the 84 numbers with social, so it'll blend right in because it's 25 years in the past. So you could do that. And that's how you create a new credit profile. While you're building up on your social, you could be utilizing this new EIN as your new social. And the reason being is because Equifax had a data breach in 2015. So you don't know, and y'all got to peep what I'm saying. You don't know if your information has been leaked in the data breach. So don't go out looking for a CPN. Create your own. There you go. And it's one. Go look at the FBI website. It's 100% legal.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with
Social.
that. People create EINs every day. Business every business you see up and down the road has an EIN number.
Yep.
And
So
what is
look,
a person? What is a person? What is a person?
Corporation is an entity.
Damn.
So you're using the entity number.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's nothing different from your EIN. I mean, nothing different from your social. It's 9 digits. You know, y'all don't need to be sitting up here scared and shit. If you're trying to go get some money, trying to fix your own financial situation, this is one of the ways to do it. And you can add yourself as an AU to the card from one of your other credit cards. Add yourself as an AU, your EIN.
Yep. I literally just got my shit. So
Yeah,
that's fact.
Shit work. Shit work.
Facts,
That's free game. Hey, they don't even. A lot of these credit people don't even know this shit. But when they do find out, they're gonna be selling to y'all for like $2,000 and shit like that. Man, I'm giving y'all this shit for free.
Man, the game me and consultant just dropped on y'all right now. You easily would pay $3,000 for what he told you, and probably 15 or 2,000 for what I just told you. In that little span of 15 minutes, bro, we just blessed y'all with some crazy ass games. So please apply that shit, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is the age of moving forward. Yo. We done with bad credit shit. We done with that hard life shit because your credit fucked up. Nah, yo, that's dead. Let's get that shit on track to help the people out, man.
Yeah. A6 got some with that UCC1 thing. You know, I'm checking him out. You know, I'm gonna apply that.
Oh yeah, I'm still working on that. I ain't perfected that shit. Yeah, I'm still working on that. I'm gonna figure that shit out though. I'm gonna figure it out. Watch what I tell you. So look, my man Homestead Farm says Experian is asking for a picture ID to verify my identity. If I give them an ID, will it link to my social? Give me a passport card. Fuck it.
Boom, there you go. Yeah, passport. See, that's federal.
And you just got your passport, right? You can do a passport book or a card, man.
Yes,
You're a foreign national, right? Let that shit link up to you being a foreign national.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, move forward. A ship don't sail on yesterday's wind. Yeah, man. We
That's
pushing
true.
forward. That's why we dropping information. We getting information to move forward. Yes, sir, man. So what's up with you, man? Talk to me, man. What's the deal?
Nothing much. Just thinking about I'm gonna drop another video tomorrow on some shit.
We always thinking about this, yo. Like we always formulating.
Cause it's one of them things. I don't have fear, but it's one of them things. I know if I drop this video tomorrow on some shit, they gonna come after my ass. They gonna come after me, bro. Cause I done already put out how to beat pretty much any court case. I don't give a fuck if you had to defend your home, it was murder. Goddamn it, state pick it up. You could defend yourself. I put that shit out yesterday. Anything, but it's this one video I've been holding on for about 3 years now, and I'm debating.
Some shit better for the private, y'all. I'll be honest with you, bro. Some shit is better for the private. I know you want to help motherfuckers, man, but
yeah,
I'm just saying, yo, we gotta be reasonable too. Feel me?
Yeah.
Not everybody needs to know everything specifically.
Right.
That's some assholes that'll go out there and fuck it up for everybody else.
That's true. They gonna change up the law. Well, the statutes
and codes and shit. You know.
Hey, bro. You know what I was thinking about too? You ever wonder why they never, why nobody's empowered to change the Constitution? You ever thought about that?
Why
they
nobody's
haven't
empowered?
updated it to?
Yeah,
like they haven't updated it to modern times.
No, I never really wondered it, yo, because I think the 14th Amendment, there's no need to. I think with the 14th Amendment, man, I would say there's no need to, honestly.
True. That's true. Shit. I was thinking about that shit earlier. Like, who has the authority? I know it's the people, but how does it get, played out? What's the play on that?
I don't know, man. That is a tough one though, because if you really think about it though, like the new Constitution they use ain't nothing really but a business agreement.
Right.
That's all that really is. So like at the end of the day, shit. I mean, I guess you can say the beneficiaries, but I don't know, man. I honestly can't say, yo.
Yeah.
Here's a tough one. Here's one that's going to get you thinking, because I've been asking people this the last 6 months and nobody could give me an answer. I don't know. What if they actually do manage to make Washington, D.C. a state?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be wild. I think there'd be a lot of shit that just would come out of nowhere, yo, because that would make it no longer a foreign
Authority.
Yeah, it would make it shit domestic, yo. So would that alleviate the private completely? Would that make everybody quote unquote U.S. nationals? Like, you know what I mean?
You know what? You know what it'll do? It'll destroy the military complex, because that's nothing more than a contracted for hire agency
Facts.
that's here to protect the secure interest of the American people, so to say, even though we don't have a say so in who we go bomb and shit. You seen that dude just bomb kids and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it'll destroy that. I know that for a fact if they do that. But
Yeah.
that's when all anarchy is going to be unleashed.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, bro, it'd be wild.
Because there won't be no federal government.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, man. I tell you what, bro. They talking about right now that they said the U.S. government collapsed after the election. They continue this facade to basically keep people thinking that the government's there, so that hell doesn't break loose. Shit, man. How about this, bro? I literally just found. Let me find this. I gotta find this joint. But y'all literally just found a video where the whole entire police force in this one city quit.
Oh, shit.
I shit you not, bro. I watched the video earlier.
I believe it.
Yeah, hold up. Let me find this one.
After seeing that thing with Taquan X on his page, yeah, I believe it. Shit.
Damn, I don't know what the hell it is. I gotta find it, yo. But yeah, damn. You said what happened with Taquan X?
Remember that video you had put up when he got pulled over and the police is like, "Yeah, I got a bachelor's in finance," or something like that.
Yeah, I saw that joint. Yeah, that was that was wild, yo. But I mean, shit like that is starting to happen, bro. I told you all about the police officer I talked to. He probably watching now, but I had met a police officer. We had a long conversation, and we started to get to talking about the pandemic, and he was talking about Trump and shit. How Trump wasn't the bad guy, and we started agreeing. I'm like, hey, that's facts. I didn't know he was a police officer at the time, and then the conversation somehow, I don't know how the hell it happened, yo, but somehow the conversation got turned over to him pulling over a Morris National, and he you could tell he was at the point where his third eye started to open, but it wasn't fully there yet, because he still had you can't drive without a license plate on you. He still was there. You know, he didn't have the codes yet, but it was capable of being put in. You know, some people you could just tell they're not even capable. You know what I'm talking about? But then you got others you can tell, yo, a little more information spoon fed to this man, and he gonna be powerful, like that type of deal. So I got to talking to him and shit like that. At the time, he didn't quite grasp the right to travel, but I started sending him shit. He was like, yo, this is crazy. Yo, this is crazy. Literally. Like, yo, this is crazy. I didn't know any of this shit. I'm like, yeah, they purposely don't teach you this shit because they don't want you to fucking know. And then here's the messed up part. They don't teach you because they don't want you to know. They want you to just do what you told. But then if you get a tort claim put on your ass, and you get a lien put on, like some of your shit get a lien put on it, bro, because you ain't pay a fee or something like that, guess what? They ain't gonna be behind you in court.
Right.
Like, it's a situation where, like, because I know, so I heard about the creditors, secure party or / creditors or whatever. I've heard shit about them putting like they'll put a lien on property, and if you take some of their property, let's say you tow their car, there's a fucking, you got to pay $20 million or something like shit, some shit like that, and you got to pay that shit in 10 days. And if it don't get paid, you got the U.S. Marshals at your house to take your shit. I've heard about shit like this happening, bro.
The fuck?
I don't know. I've never done it myself, but I mean, if something like that does happen, that court ain't gonna back you, bro. You getting slaughtered.
I tell people this: you always got the right to face your accuser. So if you ever in court and the state or the United States government is the plaintiff, if it says like the state of Georgia, the state of Maryland, or something like that, take that shit to trial, all the way to trial. I wouldn't put in no notices, no nothing. and just call upon the witness stand the state of Georgia. You understand? And the attorney's gonna get up. He's gonna get up there in the witness stand, and you just ask, state your name for the record. He's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm Attorney John Doe," and then you just say, "Yo, I called upon the state of Maryland. Go sit down. You're not a part of this litigation. I don't know who you are. You're not the real party in interest here, or the true party in interest." And then the state can't get up and speak for itself. Therefore, there's no inter-party, there's no case, there's no
Yep.
plaintiff. Motion to dismiss because there is no
That's fraud
plaintiff.
on the court. That's fraud on the court right there, right?
Fraud on the court. If they continue, and that's actually a 1983 tort claim.
Nice.
You see what I'm saying? That's how you set their ass up. They'll know what you're doing once you do all that. That should last 5 minutes. Get out of there. Get out of there. They ain't got no witnesses. The attorney isn't the first-hand witness. You win your case. So even doing a summary judgment in a traffic ticket case can win your case if you just state that, the state of Alabama could not give testimony at trial. Therefore, there's no plaintiff in existence. It's a corporate fiction.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Hey, that's facts.
It's chess. That's
chess
chess.
game, man.
Yes, sir.
My man Tim says, I appreciate you, brothers. I'm going to use that free knowledge. Yes, sir. I did a Freedom of Information Act on a passport info. Does anyone know what comes back? Believe it or not, my lazy ass still hasn't done mine yet. I got to do that, though. I'm dragging ass. Yeah, I learned to never fear the furnace of adversity. Use it as a tool. That credit info was fire. Yes, sir. Dynamite and fire, man.
Yeah.
Which is the word on the receipt, a.k.a. the Constitution. Yep. Yes, sir. But yeah, man. Great stuff there. So, got a bunch of info covered. Y'all even got some credit info. Damn, y'all lucky. Y'all lucky. Yeah.
Man. Credit to change your life.
Tell me about it, man. Great credit is the shit, man. You go to move somewhere, they checking your credit, bro. They want to know who you are by looking at your credit, man.
If you got an eviction, call the creditor themselves. Like, let's say if it was Westlake Apartments and you got evicted from there, you did, call them and say, yo, I never lived there. They don't have no evidence that you ever living there. Well, who was living there? I don't know. That's fraudulent. Get that shit off there. Get you a new place to live.
Exactly. Facts. Yep. Because you know what? The ends legis. Something about the ends legis. Yo, first off, how the fuck can the ends legis live anywhere? Right? The ends legis isn't even real.
This is the Matrix. It's the legal fiction.
Facts.
Legal fiction. And they just took control over it.
Yep.
That's how you take it back. Take your world back. Take control over your life.
I always thought it was weird when I used to get pulled over with my driver's license, and the cops would ask one or two weird ass questions, but I never understood why the fuck are you asking me that? It's right there in your hand. But like, they would either ask, "What's your address?" They would ask that, or they would ask, "Is this you?" Like, it was what? And I was like, when I was young, I was like, why are you asking me that, bro? You got my information, just run it. But now I'm getting it. Like, now it's like, yo, they need you to contract. They need you to say that you're an ID. First off, you're a dumbass for saying you're an ID, because obviously you're not a fucking ID. Right. And they try to get you to basically say that you're an ens legis, because your address basically.
Yep.
Only ens legis can have addresses.
Yep.
So
a man cannot be identified. You ask them, bro, the shit's so funny. If you in court and you tell them, hey, can you identify the defendant? They're going to say, yeah. Let's say if it was me. Yeah, the defendant is Terrell Trey Capers. All right, can you point that defendant out? And they point at me. Do I look like that ID? Well, what's the race of that defendant? Oh, he's black. Do I look black? The judge's garment is black. I'm like a mahogany chocolate cherry color. if I had to choose, if it was my choice,
right.
They can't identify a man.
Nope.
this shit is funny. And you just start asking them questions, they can't answer that shit. They're not professionals, you know. Man, you'll get out of that case so easily.
They're out there to collect revenue, man. That's all it is.
That's it. Shit's so funny.
Basically, yep. So man. All right, so I was gonna jump off early, but I think now we're gonna seal the deal. Here's some update. I do have the merchandise coming. The merchandise is on the way. I spoke to the gentleman today. I had the logo. The logo is beautiful. Let me tell you, the logo is gorgeous. I love the logo. I've had the logo sitting for a long time now, but I never really got around to getting it rendered. But I got it rendered. I got it colored. And what I'll do is the first batch of shirts that come out, there'll be 3 different colors on the logo itself. And I got some words and stuff like that that'll be a different color. The way the shirts are going to be formatted, the logo is on the front. And then I got words at the bottom. And then on the back, it's going to have a phrase. So the first batch of shirts will have one phrase. And then a certain color scheme, and then the next batch of shirts will have another phrase. So, like, you know, if you collect the shirts or whatever like that, you'll have different phrases basically, and that's how I can know which shirts, how long somebody's been watching. They got the certain shirt that came out the first time I put the shirts out. So there you have it. But yeah, the shirts will be out in the next 2 weeks. Definitely.
I'm gonna buy one. Buy a few. Yes, sir. Hey, you know what? You gotta make some damn do-rags, bro.
Do-rags,
that'll
bro.
be fire, bro.
Yo, do-rags, yo, hats, man. I got some sweatshirts too. I'm gonna work on. I got the fall collection coming too. So once I get the sweatshirts done, the t-shirts done, I'm gonna have some sweatshirts coming out and some hoodies. So I'm gonna have like a little fall joint too. You can grab with different color schemes and all that, man. Yeah.
You gotta make sure you get some infant size. You know, I got this little boy on the way here.
Oh, absolutely, bro. The baby joint, I gotta get with the movement, man. I gotta do that too. Yeah, that's a good point, man.
Yeah.
I gotta get something specially made for you, man.
All right, yeah.
My man, yeah, good looking out though, man. But yeah, if y'all want merch, I'm working on a website too. I got a website coming, all that stuff. Talking to a guy now. We're gonna start moving around with that. I'll probably have it up in the next couple months. Something else too. I'm gonna put different things on there, so we'll definitely be. I'll be giving y'all updates on everything I'm putting out, so that you can get on and grab it if you want, if you're interested, and you know where to come at and you know where to shop at. So it is what it is. All right. All right, man. So great chat, yo. You know me. I'm a 6'4" foreign national, born natural, and he is.
Oh, I'm the consultant.
Man, consultant, the genius consultant, man. Super smart dude with great information. So that's what it is, man. Great show today. Thank you guys for tuning in as usual. I'm very grateful for every subscriber I have. I worked hard to build this up, man, and we still climbing, man. It's great to see you guys support me. If you can, on the way out, please hit that like button if you haven't already. Hell, share it with a friend. If you know somebody else that's into this type of thing that could use it or can benefit, if somebody needs to get on the right path, send them my information, man. You know, all my information is there. If you guys need to reach out, you can always reach out to me, and I usually respond. Now, if I forget to respond to you, it's because I'm bombarded with doing a lot of other stuff too, but don't take it personal. So, you know, if that's what it is, I will holler at y'all on the flip side, which is the next show. I'll probably talk to you on a Sunday, matter of fact. Meanwhile, I'll holler at you later. Peace out.
All right, bro.